Hello there, you may notice we're in a slightly different setup to normal and this may need to continue for the next few weeks, but in the meantime we'll continue to bring you the best forecast that we possibly can. In other news, today is a spring equinox where day and night are roughly equal. To find out more about equinox and equinox, take a look at the video up here. For now, let's get on with the weather. Let's take a look at the jet stream over the next few days. So currently quite strong, indicated by those red colours, steering areas of low pressure to the north of the UK. However, over the next few days, the jet stream tending to weaken, and it looks like it will split, with one branch going to the north of the UK and the other to the south, allowing high pressure to build in between these and creating quite a blocked setup. On Wednesday, we've got a cold front across southern parts of the UK, bringing spots of rain here, while further north it will stay brighter with just a few showers. Into Thursday, a front continuing to linger across southern parts, while the odd shower remains likely across northwestern parts, but some decent brightness here too. As we head into Friday, the odd spot of rain still possible in the south, but high pressure generally building across northern parts, creating more settled conditions. For Saturday, the odd spot of rain possible in the west, but most places generally dominated by high pressure, bringing nice settled conditions for all of us into the weekend, which is good news for all of us, I'm sure. Let's have a look at the spraying conditions. So green colours indicating ideal spraying conditions, so no rain and quite light winds. And you can see as we head over the next few days, plenty of green colours over the map, so lots of opportunities to get out and do some spraying due to those light winds and lack of rainfall. So another great thing to have with you if you're going out and doing some spraying on the field is our WQRadar. You can have a look at rain and showers nearby. You can also have a look at weather observations across the world. Another useful thing are our lightning alerts, which will send you if lightning becomes within 30 miles of your location. So a really good thing to have with you if you're out on the field. Just go to wqradar.co.uk. Now let's have a look at the forecast into the early part of next week. So it looks like high pressure is still dominating out to the east, bringing us nice settled conditions for a change. So quite dry weather expected into the weekend and the early part of next week. However, with high pressure there's always a risk of a few cooler days and nights, especially with those easterly winds bring some cooler air. So the risk of frost overnight, as well as a few mist and fog patches possible too. But generally quite a nice period of weather, some great sunshine in there too, so plenty of good opportunities to get some work done on your farm. Worth pointing out though, in northwestern parts, further away from the influence of high pressure, there may just be a few cloudy days, the odd spot of rain, as low pressure skims northwestern parts of the UK. As we head into towards the end of next week, it looks like we're still dominated by high pressure, but a bit of a shift in the pattern. So it looks a bit uncertain as we head towards the end of next week, so it's definitely a forecast to keep an eye on. However, with this shift in the pattern, it looks like it might just bring the odd cloudy day, perhaps the odd spot of rain from the northeast. So this is definitely one to watch, although many places will still remain dry and bright. Let's take a look at the Ensemble Forecast then, and the top Ensemble Forecast is showing rainfall. If you want a reminder on how we use Ensemble Forecast, just click on the video in the corner. So taking a look at the rainfall ensemble, it shows the likelihood of different amounts of rain. So at the beginning of this week, so if we look at Wednesday, quite likely to see some rain. This is for Norwich, so as that cold front lingers across the southern parts of the UK, looks like we'll see between sort of 0.5 to 5 millimetres of rain at most, according to the ensemble. As we head towards the weekend, however, you can see a greater chance of those ensembles predicting less than 0.5 millimetres of rain, so indicating that some dry weather is on the way, which I'm sure we're all pleased to hear. Let's also take a look at the solar radiation, so the amount of sunshine we can expect. So over the next few days, not particularly high, with some cloudy conditions at times, particularly with that cold front lingering across southern parts, bringing cloudier skies to Norwich and much of southern Britain. As we head towards Saturday, Sunday, the early part of next week, a lot more solar radiation is expected, so some sunnier days are on the cards for the sort of weekend and the first part of next week. Worth noticing though, as we look towards Wednesday and Thursday, those percentages just dropping slightly, so showing that as we head towards the end of next week, there may just be the odd spot of rain and some cloudier skies too. Now, if you ever need help finding a weather window or checking the forecast, please do speak to our forecasters. We're still available. We're in every day at 6 AM till 6 PM, and the number to reach us on is 09065 777675. So let's take a look at the monthly forecast for the rest of March and into the beginning of April. So this is week 2, showing that we've still got higher than average pressure dominating conditions, shown by those red colours on the map there. So still expecting settled conditions across many places, particularly where high pressure is centred across Central and Eastern Europe and out to the west of us. We are still expected to be in high pressure ourselves, but we may just see a few sort of cloudier and rainier days as well. Taking a look at the rainfall anomaly, brown colours across much of the map indicating drier than average conditions, which is what we would expect with that high pressure dominating across much of the continent. Very settled conditions for us expected, with only a few parts of Europe indeed seeing these wetter than average conditions indicated by those green colours. And indeed, northwestern Britain is one of those places where sort of areas of low pressure may just skim the top of the country, bringing spells of rain here for a time. Looking at the temperature anomaly, so we've still got higher than average temperatures across much of Scandinavia and Western Russia, northeastern Europe. However, southeastern Europe is going to lower than average temperatures for week 2, and this is as high pressure circulates round and brings some cooler air down from the north into these places, bringing below average temperatures. Across much of Western Europe, temperatures are generally closer to normal, if not slightly below average at times. Now, as we head into week 3, the pattern remains fairly similar, with high pressure dominating across much of Europe, bringing those settled conditions, but as we've said before, risk of frost overnight, risk of mist and fog in many places. Also, with high pressure, we expect much drier than average conditions, as is shown by those brown colours across the map, again with only a few green areas showing wetter than average conditions. Looking towards the temperatures in week 3, we've still got higher than average temperatures expected across much of northeastern Europe and western Russia. However, most other places are closer to average for the time of year, with just a few places like Spain in the lower than average temperatures. Into week 4, bit of a change in the pattern, but does not necessarily mean a change in our weather. Still looks like we'll be dominated by high pressure into week 4, shown by those red colours over the UK. So we can expect settled weather to continue for a time, although there'll still be a few cloudier days, a few more unsettled days within that way. We may expect the odd spot of rain. However, we've still got drier than average conditions across most of Europe, close to or drier than average conditions. However, across Scandinavia, we've had a bit of a change here, where a few green colours have come onto the map showing wetter than average conditions, as with that change in the pattern. Looking at temperatures, this doesn't look to change too much though. Still got a relatively mild flow, bringing warmer air to much of Scandinavia and Western Russia, with the higher than average temperatures here, while the rest of Europe stays closer to average. So what can we expect over the next month or so? Well, there'll be rain in the south of the UK at the beginning of this week, but it'll stay brighter with just a few showers in the north and northwest. As we head towards the weekend, it signals that high pressure will build, bringing us some settled weather finally, and this really continuing into the first part of next week and much of next week as well actually. Although, as we mentioned, there is some uncertainty towards the end of next week, so we may just see the odd spot of rain, the odd cloudier day as we head towards the end of next week. It does look like fairly settled conditions are set to continue as we head through the remainder of this month and into early April, although there will be spells of rain at times. Thank you for watching today's farming forecast. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please, as always, get in contact with us on social media for the latest forecast. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.